Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. All the way up. All the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up.
Alright guys, what is going on? It's Jacob here. Today I'm going to talk about, that topic that's thrown around a lot. It's hugely popular at the moment. It always has been. It probably always will be. And that is how to get abs. So you're talking your 6-pack, your 8-pack, your washboard abs, your beach body, all of that shit. Okay, I'm going to talk to you guys in layman's terms, how to actually get to that point, how to get to your physique from where it is now to the point where, you can show off those abs that everyone has. Because the first point that I'm going to make is that abs, whether you've got a 6-pack, whether you've got a 4-pack, whether you've got an 8-pack, whether your abs are completely symmetrical going down, whether they're asymmetrical, your waist size, everything is actually 100% genetic. No training, no diet is ever going to change the actual shape of your midsection. So with that being said, a person with 20% body fat is going to be able to push their finger in there and feel the abs. Like, you can do it now. You can push your finger in there and you can probably, run them over the sort of gaps between your abs. So everyone's got abs. Genetically, the way they're positioned, the way they look is completely up to God. You're not going to be able to change that. But what you can do is lower your body fat. So someone with 20% body fat is not going to be able to see any visible signs of abs. You bring them down to 10% body fat through, maybe 3 or 4 months worth of, consistent dieting, training, etc. And you're gonna look exactly the same underneath there, but that layer of fat is going to come off slowly, and eventually you're going to be able to see your abs. With that being said, my second point is that there is no such thing as spot reducing fat loss. So, you've got your 20% body fat. Someone comes to me, they're out of shape, they're overweight, and they say, how do I get rid of this stomach? I don't care about anything else in my body. All I want to do is get rid of my belly, right? I get asked that all the time, especially by people, middle-aged guys. That's their ultimate question. Well, the first thing I explain to them is obviously the notion of calories in versus calories out. If you want to lose body fat, you're going to have to start tapping into it, all right? And the only way you're going to have to start tapping into actually that excess body fat is to be taking in less calories or less energy on a daily basis than you burn. So your body's going to have no choice but to tap into the body fat stored on your body as fuel. So with that being said, you've got genetics, that ain't going to change. You've got to be in a caloric deficit to actually lose the body fat so that you can then show your abs. As far as training goes, I did mention that, but ab training's something I haven't done too much of in the past, to be honest. It's the old case, when you're too fat to see your abs work, who wants to work them? But at the end of the day, training abs does have benefits. As far as this video is concerned, bringing your abs out and showing them how to get abs, well, training them is not going to change the shape. As I said, that's all genetic. If you train your abs, just like you train any other muscle group, it's going to get denser, it's going to get harder, and it's going to get slightly bigger. Okay, you're not going to grow your abs out like you do a bicep, all right? But what you do through training abs is make them harder, denser, and that little bit bigger, so that when you do burn the body fat, you do get down to that 10% body fat and you start seeing those lines are going to be slightly deeper, you know what I mean? So your abs are going to be pronounced slightly more through training them, but you're not going to create a huge difference, or you're not going to grow them hugely either. So with that being said, my last point, guys, you've got genetics, you can't change them. You've got diet, less calories in versus calories out. You're going to lose the body fat eventually. It's going to be slow. It's not easy, guys. It's not easy. If you're coming from 20, 25, even 30% body fat down to something like 10% where you're going to show your abs, it's going to take time, man. And like I explained to everyone, I see the layer of fat over your abs and over your entire body as an entire layer, all right? There is no such thing as spot reducing. You go and do 50, 100, 200 sit-ups every morning, you're not going to get abs any faster than if you just dieted. All right. So the way I like to explain it to someone who doesn't really know what they're talking about is the body fat as an entire layer all over the body. As you slowly diet down, that layer is going to be like that all over your body. Slowly it's going to come down millimeter by millimeter, millimeter by millimeter. You might not be seeing any changes around your stomach, but at that point you might be losing a little bit of body fat off your back or off your arms or whatever. All I can say is take progress pictures right when you start dieting. Your worst look, take them. You might not even want to look at them. Chuck them away, put them in the cupboard, all right, and leave them there. In 4 weeks' time, if you've stuck to a good diet, you've been active, you don't have to train your abs directly. If you've been active, you've stuck to a good diet, in 4 weeks' time, mate, you're going to look totally different. And in another 4 weeks, you're going to look even better. 12 weeks' time, I'm telling you, you may even have abs. So the final thing I'm going to finish on is probably the most controversial part of this, and that is the quick fixes, man. There is no such thing as a quick fix. Hopefully, if you've made it this far in the video, you'll realize that now. And the Ab King Pro, yes, you can use it to train your abs, but it's not going to get you abs, okay? So the Ab King Pro can get fucked. The skinny tees can get fucked. The wraps can get fucked. It's all down to genetics as to what your abs look like. It's diet to lose the body fat. You can train your abs to make them a little bit more dense and a little bit deeper, the cuts, when you do actually show the abs off. And finally, like I said, there's no such thing as a quick fix. So that was my beginner's guide to getting abs, how to get abs. It's absolutely genetic whether you've got 6 abs, you've got 8. Once you start sort of getting down to about that 15% body fat, I've found, after doing it so many times, lines will start to appear. Any point past that, when you get to 12% body fat, the abs are really going to start appearing. 10%, and you're going to start getting, nice lines of obliques, serratus, and things like that. And then anything under 10%, when you get into the single digits, that's getting really, really lean. It's not easy to maintain, and it's definitely not easy to get there either. But I think some body types are obviously designed to be leaner than others, and those guys would probably have an easier time getting down there. But for someone like me, who was heavy set as a kid, it's always going to be a struggle. But like I said, that layer of fat just gets slowly, slowly, slowly smaller and smaller and smaller, and eventually you'll get there. Like I said, stick at it. It's a long road, but you will get there. If you're wondering what mine look like, I will give you a quick look. Hopefully you can see them. So, like I said, I think I am probably around about the 12% body fat mark, and like I said, mine are asymmetric. This one's up here, that one's down there, but I do have 2, 4, 6, and 8. So I do have an 8-pack. As I get leaner, which I am doing at the moment, this part here will get, slowly get smaller and smaller. That line there will start coming out. That line will start coming out. These lines will start coming out more. And I will have a nice, impressive 6-pack, which is the goal. So until next time, guys, have a great day, train hard, eat well, and you'll be well on the way to getting that 6-pack in no time. Peace.